Hey everybody, Tony George, DocSports.com. Tuesday update, a free college football play out on a Tuesday. I actually will put this in the newsletter over at Docs later this week, but I want you to get on this while some numbers are good here. You got 16 games in Major League Baseball on Tuesday, and all but two of them are 160 or higher. That's this time of year. And those of you on my baseball program, we're on a 10-4 run. We stuck a lot of units in our pockets the last 2.5, 3 weeks. And if I pass, don't bitch. Yeah, I'm not forcing plays. We gained a lot of units back that we needed, and we need to hit this postseason with our feet on the ground because postseason in Major League Baseball is money-making time. Big time. Don't forget that. Don't be. You start throwing it around all over the place. What's Garrett Cole tonight? 450? I mean, I'm telling you, in Major League Baseball, it is pick and choose your spots and maybe 2 or 3 plays left in the regular season. We're hanging on for dear life with that under 78.5 wins with Cincinnati. They've got a tough go of it here against Milwaukee in this upcoming series they're in now. Fingers crossed that we cash that. $500. You all watch me bet it on video. Monday night game last night was absolutely unwatchable. We passed in baseball yesterday. We've taken one singled out 4-unit best bet today. There's one bet on this game, on this board today that's worth wagering, in my opinion. That being said, tomorrow we will have the opening line report, morning conversation, Tony George, Candid, and Raw, with just initial reactions to the board this week, which is a little bit tricky. I've obviously taken a peek, looked at it, and made a few wagers already, actually, especially one in college. The Monday Night Football game last night, again, like all the rest of them, was totally unwatchable. And I had the under, and Washington I didn't think Washington could score much, and Chicago should not have scored that much. They can't. Their offense sucks. But when you hand them the ball 5 times in one night, as you do whether you're playing Buffalo in the football and you're Ohio State, if you give the ball to somebody 5 times in a game, you're not going to cover spread. The total's going to go over, and you might get beat outright. And that's what happened with Washington last night. Absolute train wreck. I was surprised Snyder didn't fire Gruden during the game. You know, he's always got a job with his little, I think it's his big brother, John, over at Oakland. Cheers to that. Now, let's get to the business at hand. College football free play this week comes out of the Big 12. And I would be remiss in my duties if I didn't tell you that I am undefeated in college football top plays. And we don't use the term game of the year, but there's only one 8-unit pick all college football season we're allowed to make until the bowl games where we could have another one, either side or total. This Saturday will be an 8-unit top play. That's all I'm going to say. By the way, hockey season's around the corner. We've been giving updates. This is my old hockey hat. Out with the old, in with the new. Mrs. George went shopping yesterday and picked me a new one up for the Knights' new season. I will get you all up to speed on what's going on in the hockey arena here in the next 48 hours. But we got a new staff capper out of Canada, and this guy lives, eat, and breathes it like my NASCAR guy does for NASCAR. You know how that turned out. So bringing this guy on, NBA right around the corner, plus 146 units the last 2 years combined, never less than 71. And to my strongest sport. Let's get to your free college football play today, and that will be Kansas State catching 5 against Okie State. This line's going to go down. I tell you what, you'd think that Kansas State would just, completely implode and fall off the map with long-tenured head coach and great head coach, maybe one of the best underdog head coaches ever, Bill Snyder. When he stepped out the door, they brought in Chris Kleiman from North Dakota State, who was, I wrote this down so I wouldn't forget, 69-6 straight up as a head coach. And I don't know, 4 or 5 national titles, something like that up there. They didn't miss a beat. And that has carried over into this year's team. The key here, scheduling. Oklahoma State, back-to-back weeks, tough games. And it doesn't sound like Tulsa's a tough game for them. They had trouble putting Tulsa away, and Tulsa is little sister right down the road, about 45 minutes to an hour. And they struggled in that game and did not look good. You struggle against Kansas State, you're going to get beat. The last time we were talking about Kansas State is when I took them for a 4-unit pick, catching 8 points, went all the way down to 7 against Mississippi State. They went down there and beat them straight up. You haven't seen Thompson play quarterback for these guys. You haven't seen these guys play defense. There's something you're missing out. Kansas State is a good football team, and they're going to give anybody that they play fits. They had an extra week to prepare. The last game they played was at Mississippi State. Oklahoma State was involved in a Saturday night all-out, flat-out border war against Texas in a 36-30 loss. Disappointing. And now you got to come home and play Kansas on Saturday night. This game's at 7 o'clock Saturday night. Kansas State allowing 256 yards per game on defense, and I believe that is ranked 9th overall. They're the number 2 college football team in the nation against the pass. And they're 13th in points allowed at 12 per game, and their offense is ranked 42nd, which isn't chop liver. I'll take Kansas State plus the points in this one. They've covered 7 out of their last 8 in this series. They always give Oklahoma State fits. They beat them, don't quote me, but something like 30-12 last year, 32-10. Beat them the year before that straight up as well. They put up 45 on them last time I went down to Stillwater, and that's when Mason Rudolph was around. Kansas State, your free early week play in college football. Grab the 5 points now. Back at you on Wednesday.